nous parle de la démocratie.
There is, of course, a coup in Gabon. And if Nigeria or Nigerian politicians, they do not learn anything, I want to give them something they are going to take back home. Because what happened in Gabon a few days ago will eventually happen to more African countries if their politicians continue to play God before the people. The Gabon military took over from the former president or the president of Gabon, who, of course, wanted to go for third tenure. He has ruled Gabon for 14 years and still insisted that he wants to go for third tenure. In Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu offed the beavers machine, the IREV, and they claimed that it was glitch and they rigged the election. Whereas the Gabon president disrupted the election, made sure that low people came out to vote. Gabon people were already tired of him. So the military-led coup in Gabon has been premised on the fraudulent conduct of presidential election that did not reflect the will of the people. That is number one. This is why the military decided to step in. This is what we actually expected from Nigerian military, but of course, Nigerian military are already sold out. They are already sold out. I told you that before. It will be very difficult for Nigeria to have a kind of military takeover, knowing fully well that the Nigeria on its own is not even united. So, but Gabon did it. They decided to remove this man. So the military-led coup in Gabon has been premised on the fraudulent conduct of presidential election. There was a fraud. The same thing that happened in Nigeria, there was a fraudulent conduct of election. Election was disrupted. We were waiting for the military, but the military were nowhere to be found. You can only see Nigerian military shooting and killing young, innocent Nigerians. That is where they are found. Now, number two is that this clearly shows how dangerous the concept of go to court could be in any country that forced electoral impunity and corruption in the name of democracy. Africa is not practicing democracy, of course. It's very obvious that Africa on its own is not practicing democracy. What we are practicing is dictatorship. Just have more money, be in power, and use whatever you want to use. But one of the most important things here is that Africans are already tired of this kind of government. You see, sometimes what I always think is, wait, we called somebody, we voted that person, we asked the person to lead us, and that person refused to lead us and is destroying us, and we all sat back and we are looking at that person. That is exactly what is happening. You all choose one man, and the man is destroying your country, killing your people, and nobody has anything to say. People are already tired of that kind of system, and it must be corrected. The job of the judiciary in the electoral system is to defend the will of the people, expressed by their casted votes. Now let me let it known to everybody out there that there can never be a military coup if a president is working well. Watch all these countries that have been taken over by the military. We have 7 countries now: Niger, Gabon, Burkina Faso, Guinea, and the rest of them. If you see when the military has taken over, you see the kind of joy the people have whenever they see that the military have taken over. You see, Nelson Mandela said it in one of his quotes. He said, "Leave when it is time, when it's your time to leave. Don't sit in power and want to continue to lead people that don't want you." The same thing that happened in this election. Majority of Nigerians never wanted Tinubu. He forced himself into power. Now he can't say anything. He can't say anything because Of course, if he ever tries to engage any country, Nigerians will stand with him. Even Nigerian military will stand with him. So Africans will expect more of this military coup because we have not tried to uphold this democracy. The politicians have been playing God for years, which these things does not happen in European countries. You don't get to see a politician playing God. Once you go wrong, they sue you to court and you go to jail. But in Africa, politicians will come out, they will play God. People that we voted for. Because some group of hungry people gathered and said that it is this person that is going to lead us. Don't worry. It is gradually coming to an end. Number 4 is that judicial decision on election matters must be fair and seen to be fair to command the confidence of the population. Because the only calmness that Nigerians are just witnessing is that the case is still in court. And I know wherever Tinubu is now, he's shaking. He knows for sure that it will get to a point where his money will no longer help him. His money will no longer help him. He can bribe as many as he wants to bribe. But let's watch and see how everything unveils itself. Finally, based on the real hunger for good governance, rule of law and exemplary leadership sweeping across Africa, the judges must be clear eyes to rise to the occasion of courage and fairness. Anything short could plunge the country into political volatility. So it is now left for the courts to do the needful. Because left for me, people are already tired. People are already tired. And you can see it from every other African country. Maybe Nigeria is going to be the last, but everybody, they are already tired of this system that keeps destroying the life of Africans. I'm telling you the facts. A lot is already going wrong. And if it is not corrected, more and more will keep going wrong. So Gabon has happened. It's not up to how many months that Niger happened. Gabon has just happened. More is coming up. If care is not taken, it's going to happen to Nigeria. Because we have an illegitimate president. You can't continue to fire people because of they tell you that you are not legitimate. You can't continue to come out of the streets, bring out police, they shoot people, bring out the military, they shoot people. When we voted for you, I hope we don't experience another kind of anarchy. Honestly speaking, because it's not going to be funny. Thanks for supporting the Future News. Peace.